Alright, this is the second video on Venom the End. If you didn't see the first, go watch it because I'm not explaining what happened up to this point other than the fact that Venom made Storm and he remixed Storm to make her even better. Now, when he was building his army to fight this war, Storm wasn't the only one he did, right? He mostly made Storm so she could terraform a planet for them and his, I guess, children or experiment, whatever you want to call them, to live on. He also got a few animals in there. He also gave them the healing factors of both Wolverine and Deadpool. So they were all basically immortal. And he's like, fine, I made my own army. So now that Venom had his army, he was kind of watching the fights, right? And he was watching the bad robots expanding on the good robots, you know, the Tony Stark robots. So he had a little chat with Stark where even though he didn't really like Tony Stark when he was alive, he says that like right there. Yeah, they basically decided to kind of join forces. So even though they were powerful, they were not powerful enough. So Venom talked to these geniuses because he had their DNA, which means apparently you can talk to them. And they showed Venom a few tricks. He thought of a few tricks to basically unfold himself into a weapon. Now this is how powerful that this became, right? It says the significance matter itself could not exist in the areas where Venom opened up his own extra dimensional structure. He could open his own extra dimensional structure and basically open up space and time. Space and time ends up becoming nothing to Venom. He gave his people claws capable enough to slash apart planets. That's what he did. The only problem with his army was they were not fast. They couldn't keep up with these computers. The computers think fast, they move fast, they couldn't keep up. So he started making his people with Quicksilver's DNA. So yeah, now they could move fast and fight fast, and they had all the DNA from everyone else. These are just ridiculously powerful symbiote hosts, bio children thing. So from there, Venom took the lead in the war, but there was a huge problem. They were aging too fast. They were aging to death. Even though Venom was winning battles, he was losing thousands and thousands of his bio life. So right here, it says, so what? Did the symbiote bond with everyone in the universe? The answer to that question is yes. In fact, Venom wound up binding with everyone who ever lived. So he used the powers of Tempest, Time Slip, and Magic to go through history. I'm not gonna repeat this. Venom's time-jumping splinter selves bonded with every sentient being that had ever existed throughout all of history. He had the DNA of the entire universe from the entire history. So let's get to the final battle between Team BioLife and the Team Godminds. Now keep in mind, this final battle took place over 1.5 trillion years. Now Venom lost this fight, he lost this war. Poor Venom, reduced to nursing his final living biohost, never stood a chance against them. He couldn't win. So with that host gone, Venom decides to do one last thing. He reaches inside himself to grab the Tesseract structure and he starts to rip it out of himself. Since he had all the DNA of everything in that Tesseract or whatever, he basically pulled out an entire universe and created the Venomverse. And that is actually the end. The only person who knows is the Stark robot. Hope you guys enjoy. Peace.